Hello, Minnesota Region 4. I'm Hiba Hussein, and I'm one of your co-vice presidents. So today I'll be going over our 300 events, which is Management Information Systems. So Management Information Systems is an important component for business. It is used to manage business operations through the use of computerized information process systems, and it really builds on the skills of collecting, storing, and dismantling data in the form of information. So this can be anything from software, hardware, like society, people, just for the management of business. So some of the suggested courses that we made in the overview video kind of correlate to what we suggest here. It's just Python, Java, programming, or it can also be like C# or C++, because we also have events for that. We also have a like digital electronics course or something that really like familiarizes you to the components of not only computers, but just electronics as a whole. And then we have computer science slash skill courses. So anything that will really give you like the basic understanding of how computers work. So these are some of the events that we have in our 300s category. And this is excluding our open events, which I'll be going over later in the video. So yeah, I'll be going over each of these events in depth a little bit. And yeah, so we're going to be starting out with our 300 event, and that is computer network technology. So this really asks you to demonstrate knowledge in fundamental networking concepts, including architecture, standards, topologies, protocols, and security. And this is a testing event, meaning you'll be given 60 minutes to take a multiple choice, and sometimes it's fill in the blank test, and there is also certification offered for this event and many of the events in this category at the NLC, if you make it that far. So yeah, and in this event, you can have a number 2 pencil when you go into the testing room. You can have a cordless calculator that goes by the ACT standards, and you can also have notes that are published or unpublished non-electronic references, but these cannot include past practice exams from BPA competitions. So yeah, that's what you can have for the 300 events, and you'll see that that translates to a lot of the events that I'll be talking about. So next we have PC servicing and troubleshooting, which I personally did, and this really asks you to demonstrate the knowledge of device configuration, maintenance, management, and the management as an IT technician. This is also a testing event with 60 minutes allotted, and you're also given the opportunity to get certification at the NLC level. So this event also has the same, I guess, materials that you can bring in to the testing room, which is just number 2 pencil, calculator, by the ACT standards, notes that are, I guess, under the like guidelines that they have, and yeah. So then next we have our server administration using Microsoft, so our 310 event, and this asks you to demonstrate the knowledge of fundamental network management and maintenance tasks in a Windows environment. So this is another testing event where you are given 60 minutes to take this test. Again, like the past two, you can bring in number 2 pencils. Actually, I forgot to mention pens, a cordless calculator to the ACT standards, and published or unpublished reference materials. And then next we have our network administration using Cisco. So this asks you to demonstrate the knowledge of fundamental network management tasks in the Cisco environment. And this is another testing event that you'll see. And this is also where you're given 60 minutes too. And then the materials stay the same as the past 3 events that you'd bring in. All right, so next we have computer security. So this really asks you to demonstrate the knowledge of fundamental security management tasks in Windows and Linux network environments. So this is another testing event like the past ones, and you can bring in a number 2 pencil, pens, cordless calculator, published and unpublished materials. And at the NLC level, there's also a certification that is offered for this event. So next we have our first like non-testing event, which is it's a judged event. So this is a team event called Network Design Team, number 325. And this asks you to analyze existing and planned business environments and develop a strategy for the implementation of a network infrastructure that addresses the business needs of a scenario provided. So, yeah, this event asks for 2 to 4 members to be a part of it, and this year's topic, which if you look in the WhatsApp guide, which if you don't know what that is, I'd say, like, speak to your advisor, or maybe you can even reach out to us, but this really, like, has all the, like, things that you need to know about each event, and it will tell you the exact topics for, like, these judged events, and it will give you a rubric, which is really important. But the topic for this year is the world of esports is a massively connected multi-billion-dollar industry. DF Solutions, a technology support contractor for small, medium, and large-scale conference/special events, has recently decided to enter the world of esports events planning, and your team's task is to create a network infrastructure plan, replicate models to accommodate the regional, state, and national esports conferences based on the information below. So I guess the thing that you really want to know for at least this local and regional esports conference is that the model is required to be able to like accommodate a small scale network, and this would be around up to 200 players is what it's categorized as. But yeah, for this event, you want to bring a laptop, notebook, computer, slash computer, portable printer, software, and paper for this event. So like if you have a presentation, bring a laptop, bring a flash drive with the presentation on it, just be prepared. Some other things is that the team must bring all supportive devices. So like if you need an extension cord or anything of that sort, like you must bring that. And you can have props and published and or non-published materials. And so for this event, like when we're presenting, sorry, I did not talk about the time frame. So you are given 3 minutes to set up the presentation room, no more than 10 minutes to give your presentation for this. And this transfers to a lot of judged events, not all obviously, but a lot of them. And then no more than 10 minutes for the judges' questions. So yeah. And then next we have C# programming. So this evaluates the knowledge of working with C# syntax, programming logic, program development, system design, concepts, database, designer, and objects, designers and objects. And so this is a application event, and this is where you're going to need to show off your skills by typing up a code, and you are given a rubric. And so you have 90 minutes to do this. And I'd also like to say that you do not have to take the entire 90 minutes if you finish up the code early. That's great. And you can turn in your event early, and it will count towards, I guess, your ranking if you score high. So this for this event, you want to bring a laptop that is required. In most scenarios, the conference does not provide the laptop, so you want to make sure you are ready in that department, and making sure it's charged and ready up for any of these programming events that I'm about to discuss. You must have the appropriate software for the coding, and you are able to have published and or unpublished events as or sorry materials to reference. And you can have pre-written code, but only in hard copy. So our next event, which is very similar, just a different programming language, is C++ programming. And this asks you to evaluate knowledge of working with structured designs, algorithms, and OOP methodology using the C++ language. So the application, it's another application event that has about 90 minutes to complete this event, and you also want to bring laptop and kind of the other things that I discussed with C# programming, just making sure you're prepared to program and go through these events. So next we have Java programming, and this asks you to evaluate the knowledge of working with structured designs, algorithms, and OOP um, methodology using the Java programming language. So this is another application event with 90 minutes allotted, and make sure again that you have a laptop charged, the programs you need, written reference material if you need it, and also pre-written code if you'd like to bring that. So you can also, for this event, get certification via Certiport at the NLC conference. And yeah, so I did this event for the past 2 years and it's been really enjoyable. So let any of us know if you have any questions about that. So next we have Python programming, and this is an event that's new from last year. So it asks for you to evaluate knowledge of working with structured, object-oriented, and functional programming using the Python programming language. And this is another application event, just like the past three, and you're given 90 minutes to complete this. And again, with the laptop, making sure it's charged, making sure you have the software you need, making sure you have the published, that's unpublished reference materials you need, and pre-written code if you'd like. And this also offers a certification at the NLC level. So yeah. And also don't mind that I kind of skipped to 355. I decided to do that because I felt like Java and Python is definitely something that was easier to explain together rather than separate. So now we'll go to 345, which is SQL database fundamentals. And this asks you to demonstrate the knowledge of fundamental database development and SQL scripting. And this is another testing event where you are given 60 minutes, and you are also given an opportunity for certification at the NLC level. And this is like the earlier testing events where you can have a number 2 pencil, a pen, a cordless calculator, following the ACT guidelines, and published/unpublished reference material. And then next we have our 350 event, which is Linux operating system fundamentals. And this asks you to demonstrate ability in hardware and system configuration, system operation and maintenance, security, automation and scripting, and troubleshooting and diagnostics within the Linux operating system. And this is another testing event where you're given 60 minutes to complete the test. And you are also given the opportunity to get certification at the NLC level by Test Out Linux Pro. So lastly, we will be talking about our open events. So our 390 is computer programming concepts. I did this one, and I also did the next open I'll be discussing. But you basically want to just demonstrate the general knowledge of the computer programming industry. So just really knowing like the basic information about programming concepts will be really helpful for this event. For this event, you are not allowed to have any reference material. You are able to have a calculator as accorded by the ACT standards, and then also a pen/pencil. And then our next one is information technology concepts. So this one asks you to demonstrate general knowledge of the information technology industry. And this one is also 60 minutes. So most open events or all open events are 60 minutes. And you are allowed to have pencils, pens, calculator, no reference materials for this. And then also, I just like to add some of the things that are said for the information technology concepts is that you are just able to have programming language evolution, apply skills in programming language evolution, identify hardware and software basics, demonstrate understanding of graphics contents, identify components and concepts related to printers, operating systems, security, law, and ethics. You also want to be able to describe ergonomics and environmental concerns, and you want to be able to demonstrate just a basic understanding of networking concepts for this event. So I just want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it was helpful. So yeah, please let us know if you have any questions. Reach out to us at our Instagram at MNBPA Region 4 or at our Twitter Region 4 BPA. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.